Let's run it back with 1991 Air Command Force. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button. I've done a video on the Air Command Force about 4 years ago, and I think it's time for a re-up and a reminder of how great this shoe is. Originally released in 1990, 1991, and worn on the feet of David Robinson for the San Antonio Spurs of the NBA, and as well, a pop culture icon, Billy Hoyle, in the movie White Man Can't Jump. Billy Hoyle made this shoe a cult classic to many, and one of my favorite sneakers of all time. The Nike Air Command Force had a polyurethane midsole, rubber sole, a visible air unit in the back, and an encapsulated air sole in the front. But what made these shoes so cool is that it had an actual air pump bladder within the ankle of the shoe. You can actually pump up the shoe on the ankle of the collar, which will tighten up and secure your foot and lock it down for basketball play. Now, it is the second model that Nike came out in competition with Reebok's Reebok Pump. Nike had a pump of their own, which was the first one was the Nike Air Pressure, also one of my favorite shoes of all time. And then the second rendition of the Air Pump took away that handle air pump and actually made it that you can pump it up on the shoe itself. Now, the one in my hand is the Retro from 2014. And it's about an 8 out of 10 in quality. There is one thing that I didn't like about the Retro other than plastic material, but the original was kind of synthetic as well. But if they could improve the shape of the toe, I probably say that on mostly all my videos. Do have an original, and I'll show you a comparison of the toe. The toe from here up looks great, but it's the shape of the toe that really throws me off, and the shoe is kind of wide. The original model that I'll show you here, it was more sleek and aerodynamic. I don't have it in my hand because it's very fragile. I have it on my Oakley case that I have display pieces of a lot of my rare gems. I will show you angles of that shoe, the bottom. It does look great. In comparison to the original, this is a pretty good remake of the shoe. They even included the speckled paint on the neon print on the back and splattered it, and you can actually feel the splatters, and it feels like someone took a paintbrush and splattered it. I think that's great because that's how the original was too. Very comparable to the Air Jordan 4 back with the white cement with the speckled print too. The original release in 1990, 1991 came in, I think, 4 original colorways. The one in my hand, the white, black, and gray, nicknamed the Emerald. And then there was kind of a white, blue, and pinkish almost that kind of looked like the Nike 180 colorway. There was also a few player-exclusive colorways that Nike athletes had on court. But to the public, there was only 3 original colorways that were released. In 2014, all 3 of those original colorways were released, as well as some tribute shoes to some of the players that wore the Nike Command Force back in the day, like David Robinson. You could see this black, teal, and pink version paying tribute to the San Antonio Spurs. And then there was a few other colorways during the release. If you've ever seen the movie White Man Can't Jump, Billy Hoyle, aka Woody Harrelson, can be seen throughout the movie wearing the Nike Command Force, as well as if you look at the feet of all the rest of the cast and crew of that movie, you will see a lot of heat on some of the players' feet, especially the Air Jordan 5. You could see one of the characters wearing the Air Jordan 5 Fire Red. You could see Sidney Dean's buddy wearing the Air Jordan 6 Infrared. That buddy in the movie is actually Dwayne Wade, who is also a character in the TV show A Different World, where he rocks Air Jordans throughout that series. The Nike Command Force in 1990-91 had some great advertising campaigns, most notably the Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, named after David Robinson, and you can see advertisements like this one in the pages of Sports Illustrated. You can also see great shots of David Robinson wearing the Nike Air Command Force, especially on the Upper Deck 1991 All-Star card. He's wearing the Emerald in this photo. And you can also see David Robinson wearing the Billy Hoyle colorway in the 1991 Skybox card here. I love the Nike Air Command Force. I love every single original colorway. I'm not a big fan of the retro colorways, but I hope to see these again. Maybe a little bit better quality than this retro, but I do enjoy this retro and I do wear it quite a bit. I don't know if anyone has ever worn it for basketball, this 2014 retro. I have worn it just for shoot around in a street ball court, but I find this shoe great. It gives me great memories of 1990, 1991, as well as one of my favorite sports films, White Man Can't Jump. People do say that I look like him, Billy Hoyle. I get that a lot. What do you guys think? Do you think I look like Billy Hoyle? What do you guys think of the Air Command Force? Is it one shoe you would like to see come back out of the vault, or should we keep it locked away? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at 4C23. And until next time, peace.